Hi, welcome back to Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. I am your host, Alberta Thomas. I am excited to be able to record another episode with you. I would tell you over the last couple of weeks, it's been insane. For me gearing up, packing things up in Portland, making sure things are squared away while I'm out of town over the next couple of weeks, to the following week being able to spend a week in Florida. Oh my God, listen, I enjoy Destin so much. I think that's the beach. Yeah, I enjoyed it so freaking much. I needed that time to really unwind, to just decompress from everything, from work, from personal life, just to spend time with myself a little bit. And then my guy came down, so that was super exciting and amazing, just to be able to spend some of that quality time with him. That's very much needed, right? Outside of Portland, Oregon, of course. But now I am literally, right now, I'm in the living room in Hemingway, South Carolina. I am excited to be freaking home. I came in last night at like 12. My sister came and got me. I spent the morning with my mom getting our nails and toes done. So I was just so excited to see my mom. I would tell you, I haven't seen my mom since April. I want to say it was April of 2023, maybe. So it's been a while since I was able to see her. So just being able to hug her and give her lots of kisses and loves was super. Oh my God, it felt great. It felt absolutely amazing. And so I just wanted to kind of have this episode be kind of free form. Not really talk about nothing, but really talk about something. Because sometimes we have those moments. And I think for me, I've been having a lot of like peak moments where it's like, oh, I wish I could get on my iPad and record really quickly. Oh, let me pull out my phone and make some recordings. But it's just not the right time. And so I've been able to jot down those things of those times where I feel like I want to just have a space to express, just to kind of unwind a little bit. Because for me, like I stated on the last episode, I've been on this emotional wave roller coaster on life a little bit, and just making sure I do everything I possibly can to keep myself grounded and to make sure I'm not setting myself up in spaces that's gonna get me out of that space of peace, calmness, and making sure I stay grounded. I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. And I've been doing that. I've been really getting back to my deeper roots and just going a little bit deeper with myself. And like I said in the last episode, where my best friend and I started doing devotionals together, which was super exciting because we're able to just go through the motions of that devotional together and just express what we're feeling from those devotionals at those times, and stay connected with her, being that I'm not able to see her on a regular basis because I miss my best friend so much. Oh my God. We've been best friends since 6th grade. Okay. You guys do the math. I'm not about to do the math. Since 6th grade, we've been best friends, and I am 32. Listen, if no one knows me, like me personally, she knows me in and out. And I just adore my best friend, my family, and other people that's a part of my life that holds me accountable to a higher self. Someone that can call me out on things when I'm wrong, when I'm right, and just or even acknowledge, give me the acknowledgement when I am correct too, because a lot of times people don't like to showcase that. But I just, we've been really being able to stay connected with her through the devotionals. The daily devotionals have been really good for me. And it's been really getting me back to that place of what got me in the space mentally of where I am today, on top of all of the additional human support and my life coach, my family, my friends, right? But just being able to tackle some of those things that are, that you kind of hold on to, and maybe you don't realize that you're holding on to those things, but you do hold on to things that can hinder you from growing. You can hold on to things that's probably going to weigh you down, or you can just hold on to things that's unnecessarily, why are you holding on to guilt, grudges, just things from the past that ultimately you cannot change, right? And so that's kind of where I've been over the last couple of weeks, and it's been great. And just me keeping myself in a good headspace, right? And understanding that there's so much going on around me, right? Around us in general. It's so much going on out there. And just being able to have people around you that build you up, hold you accountable, let you know when you're wrong, let you know when you're right, let you know when things just not good for you and your spirit. When things are just not good in that moment, understanding that it's just not good and being okay. And so I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, and kind of talk a little bit about what me and my partner did over the weekend. We did watch something else that I want to talk about that was absolutely amazing. I'm so happy I was able to experience that time with him and kind of talk about what we discover, right? So when we talk about what I'm currently working on, which is going through the motions of guilt, being fearful, on top of asking God to provide me with more patience and guide me in the right way to have more patience, which He has been challenging me, which was requiring me to have more patience in order to attack what those challenges were. He has been, I asked that He strengthen my faith, which I am a strong believer in a lot of things. And faith, me having faith is one of them. And I asked that He strengthen my faith, as I continue to grow and maneuver in life, which will also help me grow. And what I also have to realize with myself is that I'm asking God for these things from faith, from strengthening my patience, and just allowing me to continue to hear that voice of Him through life, and not shut or close down those particular voices, especially when you ask for things, right? And I've been doing a really good job going to Him when things are great, when things are bad, when I'm just, feeling like, okay day, right? I've been really getting better at going to Him for all of it. Leaving it out on the table, just laying it all out and being vulnerable with myself and God in my quiet time when I do journal and think. Because as you guys know, also when you resign in retail, not granted, we don't do a lot of physical work. Not at all. No physical work. But we have a really tough job where we are using our mental a lot, 8 hours a day, sometimes longer. And so being able to disconnect for a little bit early in the morning when it's quiet time for me, or sometime late at night when it's quiet time for me, being able to go into my space of being able to decompress. And if I'm in space of others, I am getting so much better at letting people know, like, hey, I had a really long day. I just want to decompress right now. Is it okay if you maybe give me an hour or two? Let me unwind a little bit. And maybe I'll call you back, or I'm going to go downstairs, or I'm going to go in the other room for a little bit. And so I've been able to verbalize those things a lot more than before, because as me being the person that I am a strong-minded person. I want to get things done. I just don't want to showcase that I'm actually exhausted, because sometimes I think in the past it showed a sign of weakness. At least that's what I thought, that it was showing that I was weak and that I wasn't capable or able to handle certain things. But it's like, no, you need to decompress so you can go back and attack everything else that's about to come at you. So it took me a while to really understand that part of life. And now I'm in a spot where I'm just, hey, let me let you know this is where I'm at. And you gotta be okay that that's where I'm at right now. Or if I'm here, people do a really good job at asking me, how can I support you? What do you need from me? And so like the little things like that are important. And it could be simple as maybe I need a hug. Maybe I just need alone time. Can you give me an hour? Or I just want to go out to eat. Let's not talk about work. Let's have drinks, or whatever it is. Like those are some of the things that kind of resonate with me when I am in those spots and people love to ask. But I just want to be able to continue to have that peace, right? So anytime I feel like that peace is being interrupted by any chance, or if someone is just trying to break down that peace or invade that space of calmness and being grounded, man, it's like kung fu right now. Like I really want to fight. And that's literally how I am, because I want to be able to continue to protect that. That's my space. That's what I love. I am really big on protecting my space, protecting my boundaries, and for people to understand, to learn what my boundaries are, and respect the boundaries that I set for myself. And then if you can't respect my boundaries, then you're not good for me, right? Whether it's peers, whether it's my lover, friends, family, whatever it is, respect that I am able to come to you authentically and let you know that, hey, I'm protecting this. This is mine. So I'm going to protect this, and I need you to respect my boundaries. And so I'm continuing to evolve. And one of the amazing things that I love so much is that I'm able to navigate through it. Now, granted, let me keep it real. I'm not perfect by all means. I'm not perfect. I am the youngest of 4, meaning I'm the baby of the family. I've been spoiled by family, by friends. I have a certain way of how I like things to be done. I like things my way, right? So I do have a certain way of how I like things. And a lot of times people will say, well, either that's selfish, or you want things always to be your way, or things of that nature. But it's like, if that's what you want and those are your expectations and that's how you want to live your life, you have to stand on what it is that you want, what it is that you need as an individual. And if they take it personal, then that's on them. That's what I've learned. When I tell you over these last couple of months, I've learned that if someone takes something personal that is your personality, that's what you like that, that's your boundaries, and you're setting those things with them, especially if they know you and they still take it personal, that's on them. That's not on you. And so me being able to understand that I can't make everybody happy, nor do I want to, because that's a lot. That's a lot of work. Trying to make everyone happy, that's a lot of work. Nor do I want to do that. But I am going to continue to grow and to have patience, to be more understanding, to be a little bit more open to things in life, to being able to continue to protect my space, my boundaries, what I love, what it is that I want, what it is that I need, and effectively continue to learn to communicate those things with whomever, with whatever, right? And so that's kind of where my head has been. I've been really on this path of my podcast journey right now, being able to continue to be vulnerable. I would tell you my podcast, and I said this in one of my episodes before, is that me being able to hit this button right now and record a session with you, that's therapy for me. That's me coming to this podcast, pouring out my struggles, what's good in my life, how I navigate life, is me opening up and to you, and not only to you, but opening myself up, because somebody can use something that I say in my podcast, something that I went through and how I navigated as well. So I'm just honored to be able to have my own platform where I could just hit this button and bloop, it all rolls out. And how it rolls out is how it rolls out. And that's one thing that I wanted to make sure I keep, because let's be clear, sometimes when I have to edit certain things, I edit like the beginning and the end. I'm like, if I mess up on a word, or if I say something wrong and I edit that out, am I being real with myself? And it's like, no, I want you to hear it. I want you to hear me mess up a word. I want you to hear when I say something wrong. I want you to hear when I say the same word maybe 5 times. I want you to be able to hear that, because it's me. It's who I am. And I want people to be able to come to my space. And I've had multiple people reach out to me wanting to be on my podcast. And of course, you're welcome. You're welcome to my platform. I want you here, but I got to make sure it makes sense for you and I on this journey, right? Because I think the beautiful thing that I love the most is that we all have a amazing story, a different story, and someone else can learn or someone can relate. And that's what I want. I want it to be very open. And I'll tell you guys, I'm all over the place on this episode because I want to be. I want to be able to tell you as how I'm navigating my life right now. I remember when I started to talk about this podcast with my best friend, and we had a particular audience that we wanted to target because we didn't see that much support or platforms or things out there for people that look like me. And as I continue to go through this, and as my podcast continues to open up, it's like, why would I go just for a particular culture, which is my culture, when I don't want someone to separate me out of their culture? I want them to welcome me in an unfamiliar place, which I've been in that area multiple times. I'm currently living in Portland, Oregon. and just seeing how my team and how people welcome me in. But I know it's not just them. I know it's me. And I know that it's God protecting me in these spaces and making sure I am getting well taken care of. And he is doing that. He makes sure I'm set up with the right people, that people support me, and that people have my back. And that's all colors, right? All cultures. So why would I Why would I take that away from other cultures? I want you to, if you don't understand my culture, or if you have African American friends, you should be able to learn them. You should be able to understand them so you can know how to respond to them, communicate with them, because we're pretty dope people. And and vice versa, right? Being able to, for me, being able to have a culture of a team like I have and learn from them. I respect them, and I'll know how to communicate with them because I want to learn from them. And so as this podcast continued to go and as my journey continued to unravel, I want to create a space for us women. Because one thing that I've learned, oh my God, that I've learned is that when it comes to women, we have a really big ego, pride, where we always want to be known, seen, or heard. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. When I talk about ladies, I'm talking about myself too, right? But understanding that everyone has different passions. Everyone has different gifts. Everybody have different things that they're able to bring to the table that you probably don't know how to bring, or you probably don't know how to do, or maybe you want to learn, or maybe you don't. But I feel like one of the things that I see that I would love to break, and granted, I know I can't touch everybody. If I can, Lord, let me touch every female in this world. Okay, I'm manifesting. Let me touch them, because one thing that we have to do a better job at is that we show up for each other and that we support each other. And making sure that it's showcased, and making sure that we love each other, even when we have strong minds, maybe not so strong minds, that we show up for each other and we give each other and challenge each other to be better, not to envy one another, right? Not to be jealous because maybe she got a little bit more, but you don't. One thing that I enjoy the most when I sit with some of my friends that actually are strong in a lot of areas that I'm not, I am willing to learn. When I tell you, I'm willing to buckle up my seatbelt and learn something. And we as women, we got to do that. We got to do a better job at that. Another thing that I enjoyed the most, as I'm going to shift gears a little bit, is one thing my guy and I, Umoja and I, are really good at is motivating each other. We feed off each other energy, right? And so he was like, baby, have you seen the Tyler Perry movie? You know, his documentary. Like, no, I've heard of it, but I haven't had a chance to, watch it. Now, mind you, listen, we were on vacation. We literally spent our last night in the bed, eating snacks and watching this documentary. When I tell you, if you haven't seen it, and I promise you, ladies, gentlemen, if you out there listening, I'm not going to give you the tea on it. I'm going to encourage you to go watch it. It was one of those things that because him and I have an entrepreneur mindset, and we got businesses and we got things that we want to do, and we see it and we manifest it and we act and we do, right? After watching that documentary, it's a different feel that you get in your stomach, that you get in your mind, that you get in the space after watching it. It was so good. Oh my God. Let me tell you guys. I was thinking this past week, because I've been on vacation after work. I was like, maybe I'm going to skip this week of doing an episode because I had so much going on. And after I watched that documentary, I was like, oh no, I'm not skipping no weeks. For what? For what? I wish I would call myself skipping a week when I got 25 to 30 minutes to do a quick session. I wish I would skip a week. Talk about dedication and consistency. And so just being able to see how his mind works as a man and how he got there, it is amazing. I am so inspired. When I tell you I was teary-eyed, I'm already a crybaby, but just being able to have little moments and conversations like that with your partner and being able to deep dive in some of those things that you think like it's just impossible. It's like, nah, any freaking thing is possible. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. And we speak that over our businesses, over people we encounter, over people that's connected to us. We speak those things because it's going to happen. And one thing that I love the most about him is his level of consistency with his business. He don't care what he's doing. He's going to record a video. He is going to go train somebody. He's going to go train himself. He's going to work on something. He does not care if out of those thousands and thousands and thousands of followers that he has, he is going to provide you with content, and he don't care if it touch one person. And that's that mindset that continues to fuel me and get me to a better place. So when you talk about, hear me switching gears, when you talk about having somebody else in your life that can be able to provide you additional value, that's that additional value. And I think too, sometimes if I feel like it's not going to benefit me, if I can't benefit it, if there's no value in it, if there's no love put into it, if there's no intent, good intention put into it, no purpose put into it, I don't see it. I literally don't see it. And if I'm putting myself in spaces where I don't see it, I then have to question myself of, why am I here? Why haven't I seen it? Am I supposed to create it? Am I supposed to build it? Am I supposed to connect it together? I always just got things running in my mind of how my life is how I'm navigating life right now. Because it's a story that one day I hope I will be able to just pour it out. Don't know how to pour it out, but just at how every freaking day or every pivot point of my life, how things are manifesting and how things are unwinding and how things are all coming together. And it's a beautiful thing. Like I stated earlier, I'm not perfect. Listen, not at all. Because look, if you know me, you know I want it done the right way, which is my way. But I say that being funny, but that is the opportunity that I'm learning. Because if I always want something my way, which, let's be clear, it is good to want something your way and stand on it, but not having an open mind to certain things, I'm probably going to lose out on a lot of good things. So I just wanted to say thank you again for tuning in with me, for listening to me as I talk about how I navigate my devotionals with my best friend over the last couple of weeks, how I navigate life situations over the last couple of weeks, how I navigate the added value that my partner brings into my life, just how I just maneuvered in this episode and laid it out on the table, and how it unfolded and how it unraveled and how it connect the dots and pieces is for you is how it connects for you. But continue to rock with me. Continue to subscribe. Continue to follow me. Ask questions. You guys will see this week. I'm going to be putting up polls up there where I want you guys to ask anything. Like, I want to just create an episode where I'm answering your questions that you have for me and just pouring it out. I'll keep it anonymous, or you can make up a name, whatever you want to do. I won't showcase who you are, but if you have questions where it's pertaining to me, yourself, or just life general questions, please feel free to pour those things into me. And I can tell you how I would navigate some things. And I've learned a lot of this from my best friend, where she never pick a side. Like, she always wants to be in every shoe of the parties in a situation. And I'm learning to do that. And it's a beautiful thing at how she navigates that. But I do want to say thank you again for rocking with me and listening to me for another episode of Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. Until next time, peace.